Okay, so if the live is working, that's awesome. I'm just asking if there's anybody that has my number or can shoot me a message on Messenger to let me know this video. Okay, so now the live is working. Unfortunately, my scheduled live did not, the health of that stream for some reason isn't working. And right now, if you can see me live, okay, awesome. I see people tuning in. Great. Just stick with me for a second because I just want to get my Instagram live going on. I promised a live on digestion and weight management, and I am here for you. And I'm going to start speaking about that in just a minute. The health of my live stream would not work with the original link. So I appreciate you guys hanging in there and tuning in. So if you've been suffering with weight management and digestion issues, this live is going to be for you. I'm so glad to see you guys tuning in. Give me 1 second. The health of my live stream isn't working across all platforms. So I'm problem solving that for just a second. So just give me a minute and let me see if I can fix this situation. Pause due to poor connection, reconnecting. All right. So for those of you who are here, I see 8 people tuned in. That's awesome. I'm just going to go for it, and Instagram is going to have to wait. They'll get over it too. So if you're here, then you've likely seen that I posted a live to talk to you guys about the suffering and the personal story I have surrounding digestion, IBS, and weight management because they're totally connected. So if you're looking for something different than the usual weight loss programs, it's summertime, all the diet shakes, the diet drinks, all that stuff are coming into your feed, into your life, and telling you what you can do to feel better, then I want you to stay here. Because if you're sick of all that stuff and you don't want to have to wait in order to feel better, this is your opportunity to find out what's actually going on inside of your body so you can make choices that resonate with you and your lifestyle and you can feel confident. So I'll show you in this live how you can become your own food detective. And at the end, for anybody interested, I will give you a list of things to look out for that I only give to my clients so that you can take charge of your own digestive, life, and weight management connection. So this live is going to teach you all about that. So I want to tell you my story, mainly because all of that stuff, summer shakes, detoxes, fruit and vegetable fasts, destroyed my digestive system. And I don't want anybody to have to go through that. It not only disrupted my hormones, but also my metabolism, and eventually completely destroyed my gut to a point where I've had to spend the last 15 years rebuilding my gut health in order to be able to manage my weight. If you don't have good digestion, you can't manage your weight. And it takes a bit of detective work, but I want to tell you guys that it is possible and it does feel amazing. So, while I could have lost 5 pounds in 1 week from, say, drinking lemonade with maple syrup, what the hell was I thinking? I don't know. It's not sustainable. I'm not going to drink lemonade for the rest of my life. And it also doesn't feel good at the end of the day. And my goal as an energy kinesiologist and as a health coach is for people to feel good all of the time. You don't have to go through all of that in order to feel better, right? So, digestion is more than just gas and bloating. So, if you don't suffer from that, you're still here because you have a question about what's going on with my weight and digestion. Other symptoms can be brain fog, restlessness, depression, and anxiety. So, if brain fog, depression, restlessness, anxiety, gas, bloating, if any of those symptoms are in combination with your idea of weight management, that you feel like you need to lose a couple pounds or a lot in any of those regards, that is digestion. It is completely connected to the way we feel about ourselves. So, I want to share with you the resource that's going to help you feel better in all of those areas of your life, not just lose the weight, because we can't only focus on weight management. We have to fix the inside and find out what is blocking you in your digestion in order to feel better and to lose the weight once and for all, because it's frustrating. So let me know in the comments if you'll be sticking around for the next 20 minutes or so that I can be prepared to share with you my free resource and also a special gift I want to give you guys for tuning in. So let me know if you'll stick around. Just poke in the live and say hello. Just drop a hello in the comments and let me know you'll be sticking around for 20 minutes for my free resource and a special gift for you. in the next 20 minutes, it's going to get your digestion going and for you to feel better in your life overall. Okay? I look forward to seeing how many people are staying. So, digestion. Out of the people who are watching, how many of you have been diagnosed with IBS? So, if you don't feel comfortable saying you, drop me a DM and tell me. Hi, Erica. If you've been diagnosed with IBS, then this is definitely for you, because in combination with IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, that diagnosis also comes with a slew of other things. When I got diagnosed with IBS, I was also binge eating, drinking too much, I was depressed, I had weight management issues, and I had anxiety. All of those things led up to the moment that I got diagnosed with IBS. So, there was definitely a connection there, right? And so in 2009, 11 years ago, I checked the box of all of those pain points, all of that suffering, weight management, depression, anxiety, right? IBS, all of those things. During that time, I was eating yogurt and fat-free muffins for breakfast with soy milk lattes, vegetarian dumpling soup for lunch, and I was ordering dinner with my daily wine habit. I thought things like fat-free, vegetarian, and soy milk, and pretty much anything that I was putting in my body like that were healthy ideas. I was under the assumption that I was doing the right thing because it was a fad back then for soy and vegetarian stuff to be, to be consumed on a regular basis. But I didn't lose weight, I didn't feel better, and to cope with that, not only would I continue to try to force myself into some box of eating that I thought was supposed to be a way for me to lose weight, instead of thinking about why do I feel like crap, I would drink laxative tea so that I could go to the bathroom, right? I would drink laxative tea, and guys, I'll tell you, I would also give myself enemas because I was in so much gastro distress. I had to do that, but I still ate the same because I thought that that's what I had to do in order to lose weight. I completely overlooked the fact that my insides were falling apart. So after a few days of being cleaned out on whatever regimen it was that I was doing, I would go back to the other habits and I would feel bad again. And it was this cycle of up and down. My weight and my indigestion sent me the message on a daily basis that I need to hate myself. And symptoms are like that. They tell us to hate ourselves, so we keep doing the same thing over and over because we end up feeling powerless against them. But those symptoms are signs to you that there's an energetic imbalance. There's nothing wrong with you on the outside. It's what's not being corrected on the inside that's the most important thing. So what did I do? Because I wasn't in touch with that, I ended up going to Weight Watchers. I tracked my food and exercise on Fit Day. And even within that, I made these rules that I could only have coffee for lunch, right? It's like those things didn't even work for me, because the inside was suffering. It wasn't the weight, even though that's where my dissatisfaction was. It was my insides that were suffering. So has anyone been stuck there? Right? Tell me I'm not alone in this, that obsessing over your calories and food for weight loss was a temporary solution, but you had other underlying issues that you couldn't get to the bottom of. And you ignored those underlying issues because you were like, well, I'm fat and I hate myself, so I might as well lose weight first, right? That's not the right order. Loving yourself and understanding how your body works and getting it to move freely first before you decide to lose weight is the most important thing. Because if you're focusing on the outside and the weight part, you're missing an entire huge component. I see hands raising. You're missing the component of what's going on inside my head, inside my belly, my digestion, that is going to make me feel better so that my body follows suit, right? We start ignoring that voice in our heads. We're like, oh, my stomach hurts so bad, but tofu is really good for me. No, it's not good for everybody. It could mess you up. And that's what happened to me. When we step on a scale and we lose weight, there's an immediate dopamine rush, right? And we're like, ooh, that's exciting. And every week we look forward to that dopamine rush. But that rush is not from an authentic you, excited about life and a body that feels good. That dopamine rush is just from a number that you see on a piece of machinery. Wouldn't you rather feel motivated and excited in your life to not step on a scale, but to say, I'm taking such good care of myself. I want to wake up today and do all the things I said I was going to do and feel really good at the end of the day? and have productive bowel movements, right? Like, what if those were our goals instead, right? That is where the natural dopamine rush comes from, is when I want to go outside and run around, not when I want to stay inside and figure out how I'm not going to eat something in order to feel better. That cycle is what I'm trying to break for any woman who is involved in this, because obsessing over food, taking antidepressants like I was back then, taking stimulants and then sleeping pills is not an option. It was not an option for me anymore. And I couldn't live with myself anymore living in that. And that all came from digestion, because I was gassy, I was bloated, I couldn't manage my weight. Therefore, I took antidepressants, I took stimulants, I took sleeping pills so I could come down from it, right? And then I went to go to another doctor. So that's my therapist and my psychiatrist. I went to another doctor to get an endoscopy and a colonoscopy. And you know what they told me? They didn't ask me what I ate or what I was doing in my life. They asked me why I was feeling bad, which I didn't know. And then they said, you have generalized IBS. So on top of being depressed, having apparently a focus issue, and a sleeping disorder, I now had IBS. That's 4 things. And they didn't tell me or ever ask me what I was eating. They never asked me what I was eating. They never asked me, oh, do you drink every night? Oh, are you eating all this kind of food? They never asked me that ever. And it makes me angry, because at the end of the day, taking 4 different prescription medications is what made me decide to look and see what were these doctors missing? Because this isn't the way that I need to live my life, right? This cycle is not one thing, it's layered, and it starts with your mood. So if you are depressed or anxious, right, and you take medication for that, I'm not saying that we don't need that or that it's not important to use medication in order to get through that. I had to do that. But something else might be going on, and it might be in your digestion. And if that is in combination with your weight management issues, there could be a solution here that's like that. And you can feel better in your life overall, right? The experts that I saw wanted to fix the things that they were experts in. They wanted to make me happy. They wanted to make me focus. They wanted my stomach to stop being bloated. But nobody said there's one thing that's going to fix all the things. Nobody said that. Nobody talked to each other, right? That's why I'm an integrative health coach, because I want to hear and listen to all the things and say, we can be detectives on this and figure it out. Your journey can't be about weight loss alone, guys. It can't, because when it was for me, I suffered. You have to be invested in feeling good to be the person that you want to be, and you have to be invested in figuring out what makes you feel bad, not just makes you lose weight, because that's not sustainable. Because if you feel good, you're going to want to continue doing all of those things. So, proper digestion gives you increased energy, self-confidence, and comfort. It allows for assimilation of the nutrients that are necessary in your body so you can show up as the best person you can be, who's willing to and easily sheds unwanted weight. Easily, right? It's not easy to figure all that out, but in the end, once you do, the rest of it is easy. It's just choices, right? But you don't have to make choices in the face of pain. Nobody needs to go through pain in order to get relief. I know that for a fact. It can all feel good. So when I had 0 energy, 0 confidence, and I looked for food to give me comfort, either to help me lose weight or to make me feel better, that wasn't it. It was making sure that my digestive system was intact so that I had the attitude and the mood and the focus and the energy I needed to drop all of the other prescription stuff that actually wasn't working for me, so that I could live a fulfilling life. So if this is you, it's really important to me that you know that fad diets, low calorie, low fat, low points value does not mean a high performing life, even if you're able to shed a few pounds, because you may still experience pain and suffering in that. And I don't want anybody to experience pain and suffering at all, not when you work with me. It's not about pain and suffering, right? It took me an endoscopy, a colonoscopy, and a diagnosis of IBS, depression, and attention issues in order to be like, there's got to be a connection here. And that's when I made a commitment to myself to figure it out. And it took me a long time, but it doesn't have to take you a long time. People didn't understand what I was going through, not even the doctors. Only I had an experience inside that was so frustrating, took me down so hard that I couldn't tolerate it anymore. And I said, screw you guys, I need to figure this out. And that's when I became a health coach and started working with energy in the body in order to figure this stuff out. The problem is, guys, that people only know one way of doing things to get a result. And there's no doubt that less calories and medication can be helpful, but there's a missing piece here that most people don't take into consideration, and it is your digestion, which is connected to your mood, to your focus, to the way you feel about yourself all of the time. Miss you too. 90% of the serotonin in your body is created in the gut, in your digestive system. Serotonin gives you peaceful feelings. It's what helps you focus, helps keep you from depressed, and helps you have peace enough to be able to sleep. Those were all of the problems that I was having, right? I couldn't pay attention to anything. I couldn't love my life, and I couldn't sleep. And I was taking medication for all of those things. And 90% of the serotonin that I was taking in a pill that is created in the gut, I wasn't getting because I wasn't having proper digestion. So imagine with me if you could fix that and you got the natural uptake of the things that the chemicals you needed in your body to be able to feel good, how amazing that would be, how freeing it would be, right? I can't believe that I'm sitting here today free from the confines of that stuff, right? And I have clients that continue to take some of their medication, and I totally respect that. Like, every person is unique and individual, but the suffering is way less when you're taking care of your gut. So if you just stopped focusing on losing weight, what if you focused on your digestion instead? You'd go through the whole day not having an obsession about the way that you look, and instead you'd be invested in your health overall. You'd improve the good chemicals in your brain and in your body that naturally help you stop craving what doesn't serve you. And instead, you would appreciate the things you put in your body that make you feel better. And if you're like me, over time, you'd be able to fix your digestion and then not have to take another pill again, or at least take less of it, right? And you could just feel better in your life overall. I so appreciate you guys tuning in for one of the most vulnerable parts of my life. Through depression, anxiety, even excessive alcohol intake, feeling horrible about myself, drastic diets and fasts. These are all very personal stories for me. And the reason I'm able to support my clients is because I know a lot of people have been through this. So for me, it's about dropping the body image stuff and correcting what's happening energetically on the inside, right? And weight gain is a natural consequence of the internal body's energy systems not working properly. So let's drop the idea of the outside and figure out what's going on the inside, your hormones, your metabolism. But in my applied kinesiology practice, literally energy that's running through your body at any given moment. If it's stuck, if it's stagnant, inflammation and weight gain result. Digestion is a huge part of that. Starts with chewing, swallowing, and going into the stomach so you can have the nutrients you need to feel good, right? I could say, oh, I help my clients lose weight. That story's old and tired, guys, right? Who wants to hear from another person who's like, I'm going to help you lose weight? I'm sick of that story. So I want to tell you, I want to help you fix the internal energy going on in your body so you can feel really good about yourself and do whatever the work is for you and your body and your life so that you can feel like you are worth whatever it is that you want, right? So you can manifest the life, the body that you want. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you all of the pounds that I've helped my clients lose. I'm going to sit here and tell you about the transformation that I've given them. My client with the most severe digestive problems told me, Helen taught me more about my body, which translated into all areas of my life. She gave me tangible strategies I still use daily. I have more energy and I'm less tired. I have a balanced life and I know my priorities. I'm telling you, as a weight loss coach who can give you all of that stuff, right? What nutritionist ever said, I'm going to balance the energy in your body so you can feel good enough so that you can go ahead and live your life and know what your priorities are? I'm not sure a lot of people can offer that to you. And I just want you guys to see the difference, right? Because I work with women who've tried everything to lose weight and yo yo dieted on crazy fast and even got blood work back and then had to cut out some things. But that makes them feel like they're still stuck in that conventional idea of weight loss. And it doesn't give them what their unique bodies need on an energetic level. So all anyone wants is a proven plan. And for those of you who stuck with it, I'm going to give you a free resource. I just need you to DM me and let me know that you want it. The number one thing is to become your own detective. And in my program, The Energetic Eating Method, I guide my clients towards investigating what I call individual inflammatory foods because they're not the same for every person. I don't tell everybody to give up gluten, and I don't tell everybody to give up grains, and I don't tell, listen, like this is your body. So all you have to do is message me so I can give you the guide so you can look for yourself what you think you might be eating in excess, and usually whatever we think is true. Our thoughts are energy. So you just look at the table of things that I'm going to send you, and then you're going to think, do I eat this a lot in excess? Could I swap it out with this other thing instead? And experiment with it. And then you get to see how your body reacts, right? So you can just message me and say that you want that, and I will send you a direct link to that download. The tricky thing about digestion is that it is personal, not just a personal story, but it's individual and personal to you. Only you know what could be causing the problem. You probably have a few ideas, and this sheet will help you whittle it down. Yay for self-awareness. Hi, Holly. So if you want to know what's causing the problem for you, type yes. Tell me. Because I have a whole sheet of things. It's the most common things that when people come to see me for kinesiology work, the most common inflammatory foods that come up for their bodies. So it's like all of the foods that have ever come up for my clients in one sheet. And then it also has swap ideas for those things and recipes. So if you want that, private message me and I will send you the link. I also want to offer you guys that for those of you who are here in the live, when you're looking over the sheet, if you're feeling overwhelmed or distressed, or you just want to know more about this, then I want you to, when you message me, I am offering anybody who's in the live right now $40 off of a session just on digestion. So that's a $40 off of a digestive remote kinesiology and integrative nutrition coaching session with me, $40 off the original session, so that I can get to the bottom of what's going on with your digestion in one session. So it's just focused on digestion. Usually what happens is that I have a big 75-minute call to assess all of the things. And I'm giving you just a 50-minute call for $40 off of my usual 75-minute session so that we can talk just about digestion and get that going for you. Because if you have a feeling that that's something that's for you, then do it. Now, when you message me, I can give you the resource, and I'll also give you my like $40 off coupon. I'll say, hey, do you want to set up a session? You can say no and just take the resource and then get back to me later. That's totally fine. Okay? So if you're watching this live, I would love to hear from you. Let me know if you want the resource, and I will also offer you $40 off of a private coaching session with me to help correct your digestion right away. That way you don't have to, suffer anymore. And then we can talk more about what you want for the future. But I want this for you now. So go ahead and message me and let me know. If you're watching this on the replay, I also have a special gift for you. You can get the resource, and I will give you $25 off of the initial session with me. So those are all the things that I want to offer you guys right now because digestion is super important. So private message me. If you think any of this will help you, I'm here. Messenger is there for you. I am here for you. I'll send you the direct link. I'll let you know how you can book a session with me. And that's it. So sad I didn't get to see my Instagram friends on here. But maybe I can share this video and a link on there or something like that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been wonderful to see the numbers pop in and pop out. I so appreciate the time that you've taken to spend with me, and let me know what resources I can offer you and the discounts on a coaching session. All right, have a wonderful Tuesday, and I'll see you later.